This week, we're talking about how to position yourself as the expert. If you want people calling you and asking for your help with questions like, we need help with this, we know this is your area, how soon can you start? Then you need to understand and make use of positioning. So how does positioning compare with prospecting? Well, let me give you an example. Have you ever had a heart surgeon call you up and ask you how your heart is? I doubt it. Heart surgeons don't make cold calls. That's because heart surgeons understand positioning. They know that when you've got a problem with your heart, you're going to be around to see them pretty quickly. And that's the difference between positioning and prospecting. In fact, if you had a heart surgeon knocking on your door this evening, trying to sell you on heart surgery, you'd probably think that there was something wrong with his skills, even if he was the very best heart surgeon in the world. That's the difference between prospecting and positioning. Things like networking and cold calling are prospecting techniques, but positioning is completely different. Positioning is the one simple change that will turn you from unwanted pest to invited guest. And positioning starts with you. Now, positioning is not when people come along and say, oh, you're absolutely wonderful, let's put you on a pedestal. It's actually you saying, this is what I know I'm good at. This is where I'm taking my stand. This is what I'm going to focus on. This is where I'm going to make a difference. And I'm choosing to position myself in this way. So it's something that starts with you. And positioning is also the way that you turn a buyer's market into a seller's market. Positioning happens in your mind first and in your marketing second. Positioning will help you reduce the time you have to spend marketing and selling. If you put some effort and thinking into developing your positioning, the net result is that you will spend less time selling, because the moment you're seen as an expert, you don't have to work through all the resistance that you would have to work through if you were approaching people cold. It's a completely different dynamic. So over time, with positioning, you will spend a lot less time selling, and that means more time for you to have free time or just to spend serving customers and getting paid, which in turn will increase your revenue. So positioning means thinking outside the box. If you want to be treated differently from the crowds and hordes of people who are knocking on the door trying to get in, you have to make the decision to start thinking and acting differently. You have to start treating yourself differently. Don't think of yourself as just another trainer or another coach or another consultant. When you do that, you lump yourself together with the masses. You have to start thinking yourself as an expert. So think about a specific market and a specific area that you're going to concentrate on. The Wizard of Oz really understood positioning. There was massive talk about the Wizard of Oz. Everybody knew about the wizard. Everybody had heard of him. People were going to great lengths and making epic journeys just to go see him. Now, when they got there, what they found out was the Wizard of Oz was basically an old guy behind a curtain pulling some levers. But the thing is, he understood positioning. If people knew from the outset that was all he was doing, there wouldn't have been a lot of interest. So part of the interest with the Wizard of Oz was the mystique that was around him. And that was how word of mouth spread about him. So positioning takes chutzpah. If you're going to go in being polite and humble, trying to stretch yourself too thin on lots of different projects, people aren't going to take you that seriously. But in the world, not just the business world, people will take you as seriously as you take yourself. So positioning is an attitude as well as a behavior. Where positioning, there's an attitude which is you taking your stand, claiming your position and saying, this is what I know I can do. Now, I'm not saying you should lie or that you should make false claims or try to claim that you can do things that you can't, but at some point in time, you have accomplished a certain result, either for a friend or a client or for someone else in business, and it's time to start talking about that and putting that out there in terms of the results that you produce, because results is what will open doors for you. That's the difference between prospecting and positioning. When I said I wanted salsa for lunch, that is not what I meant. Oh.